things started, we're going to get a quick word from our sponsors once again and get the show on the way. Socrates, the usual host, couldn't make it today. So I will be sitting in, Jamster, sitting in for today's edition of Voices. Let's get a word from Rams, Flow, and TDC.
This holiday season, get 2 Samsung A04Es for only $299 EC when you sign up for a family postpaid plan. Enjoy up to 60 gigabytes of data, unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube.
This Christmas is all about you. Telling your boy, Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive 1 entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
So welcome to today's edition of Voices. It's now 11:25, and the phone lines are basically open, so we can get the ball rolling. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, we will entertain. So give me a call, 466-0989, 662-0989, and 762-0989. Now, last week I had actually prepared some clips from Dwyer Astafan's last commentary. His commentaries tend to be kind of long, and I had actually prepared some clips hoping to share them with the public. Perhaps I'll play one of the clips now to help to spur some discussion, but just remember that whatever topic you might want to talk about is actually fair game. So whatever it is that you want to talk about, um, you can call in and give it a go. But first, let's. I'll play the first bit of Dwyer's last commentary. It's about 7 minutes long, so let's give this a listen and see if we can get a discussion going.
Greetings. Wouldn't it be great if the government of this country had enough money to ensure a steady and reliable supply of drinkable and other water, clean renewable energy, healthy local food, modern healthcare and education services, a professional and efficient public service, strong physical, social, cultural, and technological infrastructure, sound practices in environmental management and climate resiliency, and all of those other critical areas. Wouldn't it be great if the government had enough money to properly address these areas and build and sustain the platform for a new economy and society? It would be great. The tragedy is not that we don't or did not have that money. The tragedy is we did have that money. Over the years, we've collected billions of dollars through the Citizenship by Investment program. But too much of it has been badly used. And too much of it that could have been collected and should have been collected was not collected. I can't share the exact amounts with you because up to now, up to today, thank goodness there seems to be a move in the right direction by the present administration. But previous administrations seem to have no appetite to share this kind of information with you. Agents of darkness cannot be promoters of transparency, and that is what we had. So the numbers that I offer here can only be estimates. And here I go. I estimate that between 2006 and 2022, the government and SIDF collected close to 8 billion EC dollars in direct revenue from the CBI. That's an average of about $500 million a year. And as I said, it could have collected much more. But that money seemed to have been intended for other things. Of course, some of it went into good and deserving projects, but a lot of it went to pork barrel politics, used, in the opinion of some persons, to keep power in the hands of a few, rather than to build a solid and sustainable foundation and a clear path to prosperity for all. Then, as I suggested, a lot of money that could have been collected was not. For example, a number of local authorized agents were allowed to set up exempt companies, no longer allowed, but they were allowed then, and they provided services to the CBI clients without having to pay tax. If there was an easy $1,000 tax on each successful application, the government over the years could have collected perhaps between 30 and 50 million extra dollars out of this industry. Then all of these failed real estate projects, had they and their developers been properly policed, we would have had finished projects here. These projects could and would have been generating significant economic activity, business and job opportunities for our people, pumping in the process an enormous amount of money into the government treasury and into social security. And don't forget that on some of these projects that are yet to be completed, you couldn't find a petition even if you had 4 eyes to look. More money being bled away from the economy and from the government treasury. But there's more that you lost as a result of these unfinished projects. Firstly, People were selling units at prices well below the minimums set by law. That's illegal. Instead of policing these developers, instead of limiting them to a certain amount of units to be sold based on well worked out bills of quantities for these projects and monitoring the performance of the developers, successive governments just kept extending the number of passports allocated to these projects, seemingly without a care in the world. And what is even worse is that the government must have known that these units were being sold at prices below the legally set minimums. And the government not only did nothing about it, the government not only did nothing to ensure that the laws of the land were followed, but the government instead said that the escrow numbers, the escrow documents seemed to be in order, and that they, the government, therefore, were not going to get involved in private transactions. Remember, it is the government which is the regulator, the protector of the good name of our CBI industry and our country, the protector and promoter of yourselves, the people of the country. And if the regulator is not going to regulate and protect and ensure that the law set by the same government is not observed, then who will protect us? That throws up a million red flags. Once the government knew, and they did know, then they were at best acquiescent in the face of the breaking of the law. You tell me, which person winning an election in this country swears an oath to break the law? Isn't it the opposite? That the oath is taken to protect and preserve the law and the Constitution? But while all of this slackness, or maybe it was orchestrated, but while all of it was taking place, some people were laughing all the way to the bank. Not you, not your neighbor, not the average man and woman in this country, because the banks were busy repossessing your vehicles and foreclosing on your mortgages and all of these things. Not the trucker or taximan or busman or tradesman or single mother who is struggling for survival, and not the conscientious investor developer under the CBI. No, they weren't laughing all the way to the bank. It was just the lucky ones, here and beyond, who were making a killing out of this thing.
And that was you could say maybe about a third of his last commentary from last Wednesday. So we're going to take a quick break, and don't forget you can give me a call at any point.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value. Together, imagine all we could do. Prizes and offers inspired by you.
With great prizes including cash, grocery and gas vouchers, data, credit and more. Switch to Flow today and have Christmas joy every day.
This Christmas is all about you. Telling you, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
It's TDC for me, TDC for we. Neighbor, partner, your family. The best is yet to come, believe me. Moving forward, moving with. Hey, TDC serve the nation with the best customer experience. TDC, you are the one for we. Happy anniversary.
Together we succeed, building on strong community, pressing onward to one destiny, one love, one family. Together we succeed, let the whole world see. Yes, this is 50.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
11:36. We are back. I just took a call during that last commercial, and I don't know if the person couldn't hear me, but they hung up. I was trying to hang on to the call. The plan was to put the call on hold, and as soon as the commercial was finished, then I put them on. But I don't know if the person hung up. I don't know if they were hearing me or not. Or maybe they were confused by hearing me say "Good morning with FM" while hearing a commercial on the radio. I don't know. Okay, so that was Dwight Astafan's commentary. If no calls, well, the other segment is 5 minutes. So maybe if there are no calls, I'll play the other 5 minutes.
None of them gave, and none of them give a heck about you and about the country. Plunderers and pillagers. This will rank high on the list of atrocities that have been committed against you, the people of this country. And the perpetrators have to be made to account and to pay. All of that has been taken away. All of that money and opportunity has been taken away from the economy, from the government, and from you. And you need to get reparation and justice. But there's more. From 2006 to 2013, one company was engaged as our country's exclusive promotion and marketing agent throughout the whole world for CBI non-real estate projects. Exclusive deals are not something that we should easily engage in. Exclusivity is a dangerous thing. Imagine worldwide exclusivity. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis giving a company a worldwide exclusive to promote and market its CBI. But that's not all. Because while they would have a stranglehold on our country and we can't break the exclusive arrangement, they have similar arrangements with other countries. And this has been going on from 2013. A different company stepped in to that role. And that company, by agreement, gets US $5,000 for each successful application under one option and over $10,000 for each successful application under another option. Yes, these companies are in business and they deserve to be fairly paid for their services. And I would never second guess that they work diligently. But when you estimate, and this has to be guesstimate, when you look at the overall picture without having access to the hard data, you can, and you can't be blamed if you do, you can come to a number that in fees and commissions, exclusive agents for promotion and marketing could have collected from the government and people of St. Kitts over the years since 2006, close to $1 billion EC dollars. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with over those years for the government to have spent $100 million paying for those services. And that other $900 million go to building and sustaining the foundation and the path to prosperity for you, the people of the country. When you add all of this money that has been collected and all of that money that should have been collected, you can reach lots of billions of dollars that the people of this country, you, have been deprived of over the last 17 years because of poor leadership, people who have their priorities wrong. And while the present administration led by Dr. Drew has taken some progressive, remedial, and brave steps, there is still work to be done, both locally and in the region, where CBI countries continue to undersell and further jeopardize the industry. The developers of Park Hyatt here in St. Kitts had bought land and invested substantially while the Team Unity administration were in office to develop a top resort, the Six Senses, in the La Valley area. But they found that it was too much of a challenge selling units at $400,000 US each when other projects and options were being sold at prices way below that. And although they were encouraged to turn a blind eye to that underselling and to request allocations as needed, they took a principled stand and said no. And they went down to Grenada, where the new Six Senses Hotel that should have been in St. Kitts will be opened next month. Our loss. All of those people who could have gotten direct jobs, our farmers, our fishers, our service providers, our social security, deprived of a massive and magnificent opportunity to add to our economic and social development as a result. Attitudes and actions by former decision makers have chased people away and have caused us, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, suffering. How can we allow or continue to allow such people to hold positions of power on our behalf? It's a mystery to me.
Okay, and that was another part of Dwyer Asafan's commentary from last week. And interestingly, we had all these calls happening during Dwyer's recording. So let's hope that the people will call back. You guys really, I don't know where they do that at. You guys got calling during Dwyer's commentary, and then now it's finished. No calls. Anyway, the numbers are 466-0989, 762-0989, and 662-0989. You can call me, and we can discuss any issue that you guys think might be important. So maybe the people that were calling during the commentary, you can actually call me now. That might be helpful. It was very unhelpful to call during the actual recording. So let's see what's going on. There were a couple other things that I had wanted to point out. I had wanted to table this morning. I'll just throw out for your your perusal, I guess. Or for your consideration. Okay, so we shall. Oh, St. Louis. Yeah, this was a story that I thought was interesting. This was actually from November 10, but I thought it was interesting at the time. No, I think someone pointed out, I think it was Azad who pointed out this morning that the double salary thing in St. Kitts started on the PAM. I actually didn't realize that. I thought that was something that had started before, but I didn't realize it actually started on the PAM government back in the 80s. But St. Lucians are having 100% customs duties waiver and levy removal, and that of course means massive savings for St. Lucian. So I guess maybe here you have a case of St. Lucia taking a page out of the Kittitian Division book. In a move that spells major relief for St. Lucian households, the government has announced a spectacular 100% waiver of customs duties and the removal of the health and citizen security levy on barrel imports. This annual concession, in effect from November 1st, to February 28th, I didn't realize it was going to go that long, promises a season of unprecedented holiday savings. The Prime Minister, along with the Cabinet of Ministers, has enthusiastically endorsed this decision, recognizing the significance of easing the financial burden on citizens during this festive period. Over the next 15 weeks, personal items, food, clothing, toys, and various household essentials in barrels will be exempt from customs duties, offering St. Lucians a golden opportunity to stretch their holiday budgets further. So it's interesting to see St. Lucia actually taking some measures to, I guess you could say, put money back in the pockets of St. Lucians. This is something that you could say has been going on here. I've never really heard, I must say I've never really heard of this happening anywhere else. Honestly, I think I may have heard Antigua may have done something, just vaguely similar before, but this is the first time I'm hearing of anyone else going that. In fact, you could say this maybe goes further than our system does. 100% customs duties waiver, because I think here it's up to, what is it, $250 for the barrels, I think, or is it $400? But yeah, but you get the point. So it's good to see that we have another Caribbean government seeing the importance of maybe helping to offset the ravages of inflation, especially at Christmas time. And in our case, we have Christmas and Carnival to worry about, and people with stressed budgets and so on. So, okay, so that was one story I wanted to put out there. Clearly, you guys don't want to, I don't know, maybe you guys don't want to engage. But let's go get a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Are you tired of constantly having to repaint? Then it's time to level up your paint game with Harris Paints. With Quantum I-12 technology, Harris gives you better colors that last longer and takes less coats. So this Christmas, level up your savings with 15% off 1 and 5 gallons of top quality Ultima Plus available at TDC. Then, with each purchase, play the Harris mobile game for chances to win the grand prize of $3,000 cash. Now that's a level up only from Harris Paints.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste.
Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value. Together, imagine all we could do. Prizes and offers inspired by you.
Chase the Santa. Top up $15 or more, or activate a Super Combo prepaid plan and get a chance to win data, credit, minutes, and more.
This Christmas is all about you. Telling you, boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
And we have our first caller. Caller, go right ahead. It's 11:50.
Yeah. Good morning, man. How you, Johnston, man?
Hey, I'm cool.
Yeah. This discussion here, the heavyweights them that be calling in, man. I wish and hope that they could call in, because they're the ones who probably more understand what's going on in the federation, the issues them, more than the regular common man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that be calling in who's very articulated about the issues at hand, the national issues. You know, I'm very happy that Dwyer put together that commentary, man. And me, I've been saying this all along. You know, I'm not one of the old callers them. I'm one of the recent callers them who have been paying attention to what's going on in the Federation for a few years now. Well, you know, to me, when I migrated out of St. Kitts and Nevis, I wasn't really paying attention to the politics there, but I got reconnected around 2013. I made the journey home to vote twice. December of last year, local election in Nevis, and in 2015 for the federal election. You know, I was happy to participate, you know, and execute my vote. But as I became knowledgeable of what's been going on in the Federation, me totally, man, the place is real corrupted, bro. The average man can't even comprehend what's going on with the CBI program. And, you know, he put together the commentary really good. And, you know, I've been having some discussion with one of my partners about this CBI program. The program is real corrupted, bro. The place is corrupted on the whole, generally. And, you know, the corruption is not going to go away because there's no persons want to do the work and they don't really want to hold anyone accountable. You know what I'm saying? The fact that these guys, like, diminish the price of the passports in the program, all that stuff. You know, Dwyer said that there's a law in place to keep the price at a certain level. When individuals drop the price and sell the passports for less money, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff is breaking the law, bro. You know what I mean? And he estimated 500 million per year. That figure could be higher than that. Grenada's estimated this year 782 million. And if the program in Sinkis is higher caliber than Grenada and being running before Grenada, you know, we don't know where these figures stand at, man. And to me, this is the biggest national issue in Sinkis and Nevis right now, that CBI program. And the transparency needs to come forward, bro. And to me, this is my opinion, bro. The people need to go in the street and protest. Peaceful protest in the street and show those government officials and those politicians where the power really stands. The power is really in the people's hands. And the people, they're scared to come out and protest, it seems like, man. It's been a lot of lip service on these talk shows. But if we can't get the transparency on that CBI program, you know, listen to what Dwyer is saying. The money comes in, and we don't know how much money is coming in. And the money, instead of going towards the projects, to get the infrastructure and everything going, you know what I mean? The projects are faltering, but enough and more money has already came into Sinkis and Nevis through that CBI program to have Sinkis and Nevis in tip-top shape, bro. Believe that or not. Believe that or not, Jamster. I'm telling you. From 1984 to now, when they started that program to now, they have generated enough money through that CBI program to have Sinkis and Nevis in tip-top shape. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? Dwyer can estimate at 500 million per year. Yeah, but he don't know if that figure is correct or not. And unless the man come with the transparency, man, the people should organize themselves and go in the street, bro. You know, that's my contribution, man. I got a lot to say, yeah, but I'm going to just leave it there for now. But all I'm saying, I'm happy that he came up with that commentary, and I'm agreeing with him 100% with what he's saying. Believe that. I wish the people of Sinkis and Nevis the best, but the people they're scared to come out, man. They don't have the courage. This is a big national issue, bro, and it needs to be addressed. The politicians themselves, they're infighting and all that type of stuff and trying to point fingers and blame. But at the end of the day, we don't know where some of that money is going. Yeah, and that's my contribution, man. And I wish you guys the best, man. Have a good day. Have a good day, man.
And call anytime. Okay, so that was that caller with that Wayne. Clearly moved by Dwyer Asafan's commentary. And I think it's a very minimum to expect politicians who, you know, especially politicians who give a lot of lip service to advocacy for transparency and so on. I think the very least they can do is be transparent about our money, rather than just saying you want to be transparent. Just be transparent. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me just make one more point before you take somebody else. The opportunity that Dwyer talked about with that is that 6 cents? That hotel chain?
Yeah, 6 cents.
Yeah, I remember vividly when they was talking about that some years ago, for real. You know, I always wondered what became of that project. It didn't materialize. But really and truly, man, those people, they gave Sinkis a great shot, a great opportunity to get that project done there. And because of all the corruption and the infighting among these politicians, they're not thinking about the people, man. Listen to how much opportunities that would have bring to the economy. You know what I mean? Even the agriculture guys and the fisher folks, them that been, you know, talking so much recently about them not pumping the money into to increase and get that sector going. They too would have had some great opportunities, man. You know what I'm saying, with that project. And it's sorrowful to see that these politicians, they choke on that opportunity, and now those guys about to open down in Grenada. I mean, come on, man. Them politicians need to really come back to the people, man. The people
Yes.
vote them in and put them there, but they're ignoring the people.
Okay,
That
we
would
have
been a
another
great
call.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Okay,
Thanks.
sure, no
Yeah, thanks.
problem. Caller, go right ahead. Oh boy, we did lose that call, and there was hardly any time that elapsed between those two calls. Uh, Caller, go right ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good morning, peace to you all.
Hi, good morning.
I just like to address two situations. One is the crime, the murders, condolences to the family, and, of those persons. But however, we must look at the reality. If you do evil, certain things happen. And I'm not saying these guys were, but violence begins violence. So I'm just calling for peace, no revenge, because, at the end of it all, somebody's going to be in grief. And the country belongs to all of us. I do not really know why the root cause of this hatred and this anger among some of our people. But I think that's one of the problems. Anger, and there is no way some people willing to say sorry, or you know what, just let's move on. Don't let it happen again. So I just want to leave it there for now when it comes to the violence. Condolences to the families and for everybody. Let us talk to the young person. I do my best when I talk to young persons to let them know. However, I must point out that before time, we used to have something that used to help us. But I realize we are moving so far from the Word of God. Once upon a time, the belief in Jesus Christ was very strong in things. And if we are trying a number of things, even from law enforcement and law's point of view, and it's not working, I think it is about time we revisit the scriptures, because the scriptures are very important. You might have time, check Proverbs, start from Proverbs 1, and you'll see there are teachings inside here to teach persons to be on the best behavior. Some persons might have all kind of other religious things, but I know for sure the Bible speaks of how to control yourself, how to put down violence and hatred and so forth, and live peacefully with all men. The other thing I would want to just ask, because I'm into the realm of the whole political thing now, is that the CBI is good. The framers and shapers of that, Dr. Simmons and his team, was good intention. However, what I could say what is happening now is that everybody asking for transparency. If the funds are for the nation, wherever the funds are supposed to go for, the nation, we know where it's supposed to go, then let it be. The auditing that's supposed to be, let it be public. If there's nothing to hide, then let it be. And I believe it is a genuine and transparent business. We cannot hit the program and the policy and so on, but sometimes the persons who are working certain things make things appear to be difficult. So I'm just calling on everyone who is functioning in this CBI program. The citizens are calling for transparency, and even the international community, some person might be a sanction because of certain things. I'm calling on the bigger nations as well. Remove those sanctions. Remove those sanctions. Yes, there might be some issues, but the program is a good program. Some person might, let me bring in this as well since I'm on it, Mr. Moderator, is that some person might say other bigger countries have a similar program. But what we sometimes overlook is that those bigger countries' program is you must have residency. I don't know if you're aware of that. And that's one thing we have to maybe look into. But the program is working. It is for us to manage it. The scripture mentioned about that. Certain things about those things as well. In harvest, the thing, even before the harvest comes, you make sure grow and prune and everything. You harvest your store when you have plenty. So that just in case the time comes when you don't have much, you will still have in your bag. I hope that by simply saying those things, and you, when you get a chance, read Proverbs, and you will see their teachings, for one, the violence, and two, even surrounding the CBI. God bless you. God bless constituency. God bless Texas. Have a blessed day.
Yes, great.
Peace to all.
Okay, well, it's It's about that time we stop for the midday news, and we take you straight to the Win FM midday news.
Found the sound 98.9 Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yulana Weeks. Locally, kidney transplant program launched in St. Kitts and Nevis. Premier Brantley not too keen about double salary, more in favor of CBI dividend. Renewable energy a priority in St. Kitts and Nevis as Kellett continue to face power generation issues. Andrew Miller succumbed to injuries sustained in traffic accident. The details and more straight ahead. A kidney or renal transplant program was launched in St. Kitts and Nevis on Friday, November 24, 2023, marking another historic health program in the country. As disclosed during the special edition of HealthWise, the kidney transplant program will be done at the Joseph N. France General Hospital. Partnering with St. Kitts and Nevis to get the kidney transplant program underway is Nade Hakim, a professor at Imperial College London and a general surgeon at Cleveland Clinic London. He specializes in in transplant and bariatric or obesity surgery with expertise in kidney and pancreatic organ transplant. At the launch of the program, Dr. Hakim spoke about the success rate of kidney transplants and the opportunity available to have the procedure carried out in the country.
Just to reassure the listeners that live donation is extremely safe. In other words, the donation takes very little time and the patient recovers within 2-3 days. They can go home. And the safety is almost perfect. I mean, nothing is 100% in medicine. But I would say that having done myself over 3,000 kidney transplants, the live donation is an extremely safe procedure. So I would encourage any loved ones who have got family members who are on dialysis to come forward and offer one of their kidneys.
Health officials in St. Kitts and Nevis are seeing an increase in renal disease, particularly in the younger population. Nephrologist Dr. Dunia Dieguez-Velquez said kidney transplant is the best option as it would help to ease the complications that come with kidney disease and dialysis treatment.
We have around 40 patients in hemodialysis now, but less than 50 years old, around 15 patients.
Around 15 patients?
Around 15 patients, less than 50 years old. And of course, the kidney transplant is the best option for them because we will increase the quality of life of them, not only for the health, the quality of life include that the patient come to the hospital 3 times per week, and sometimes it's 4 hours or more time in the machine. And too much complication can come in dialysis patient. And what kidney transplant is the best because it's an organ, it's a new organ. And dialysis only can replace remove the waste substance and the fluid, but the kidney will replace the whole function of the kidney. That patient will have better bones health, better less complication in the heart. The metabolism calcium phosphorus increase. The whole function of the kidney will be recovered. That's why it's the best option.
Kidney transplants can be carried out either by the use of a living donor or a cadaver or deceased donor. However, in St. Kitts and Nevis, live donors will be used in the kidney transplant program. Director of Health Institutions in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Jensen Morton, said there has been positive feedback from some of the young dialysis patients about the kidney transplant initiative.
It's something that is looked forward to by quite a number of persons. It will take the collaboration of those persons with some close family members that can be a genetic match to them to step up to the mantle and a kidney to their family members such that that person can get back on their feet with regards to having a high quality of life again. And we are working on that aspect of things, and the feedback thus far has been positive, especially for, like I mentioned, some of the younger persons that are in the hemodialysis unit.
Also joining the panel was Ms. Naima Hazel, a kidney donor, who during the launch spoke publicly for the first time about the journey. She recalled a day in 2014 when she donated a kidney to her brother who had suddenly fallen ill and was diagnosed with kidney failure. Ms. Hazel explained how dialysis impacts the life of renal patients and what a kidney transplant can do for the recipients and their families.
Being a living donor is so much better for the outcomes for the patient than a cadaver donor. So this is a great opportunity for us. I speak to you not just personally because of the experience I had in my family, but professionally because I have a lot of clients that are actually on dialysis when I was a psychologist, and I saw the toll that it took on them emotionally, in their families, financially and socially. It's very difficult for them to work and to be able to function in society, which you would know if it's something that affects your family. And then also as an advocate, I'm also the representative on the Tribute to Life Foundation, which encourages exactly this. I can't believe that I joined this foundation and now the Prime Minister has done this in our country. This is a great opportunity for us. A lot of islands don't have this opportunity, and you can really save a life.
Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew said the kidney transplant program is a testament of his government's commitment to ensuring that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis have access to quality healthcare services. As the year 2023 approaches its end, citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis are interested in finding out whether or not the Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, will approve the payment of double salaries to public servants or citizenship by investment dividend to all pensioners and contributors to Social Security. A journalist to Premier Mark Brantley's press conference on Thursday, January 23, 2023, questioned Brantley on the Nevis Island administration's position as it relates to the payment of double salaries.
Double salary for hard-working public servants. If we could only give it to the hard-working public servants, then I would say yes. Fortunately, the way it's structured is the hard workers get it, and those who don't do any work at all get it as well. And that is a problem that I've always had.
Double salary payments for public servants have become a well-looked-forward-to incentive, but Premier Brantley is not too keen about it.
The NIA will not be paying a double salary unless one is announced in St. Kitts. And I believe I have made my views known on this double salary. I think that it is not the best approach. It's my position. I may be alone in that position, but I don't think it's the best approach. I feel that what we need is an approach that rewards those workers who do well, those workers who come to work, those workers who work hard. I see my friends here from NTV. I know you all work hard to reward those. There are other workers who don't do any work, and we shouldn't pretend that we don't know. You go downtown now at this time, after 11, you'll find some down there right now drinking. You will. Some supposed to go lunch for an hour, they take an hour and a half, they take 2. They come late in the morning, they take extra time for lunch, and they leave early in the afternoon. Why should they get a double salary? What are we celebrating when we give them a double salary?
According to Brantley, over 6,000 workers in Nevis are registered at Social Security, of which approximately 1,900 are public servants who keep getting a double salary, while about 4,000 others are working and making their contribution to the country and do not receive any benefit.
I think we need a system that is balanced and fair. Frankly, I very much like the system that the Prime Minister introduced of the CBI dividend, where he said if you're registered with Social Security and you're up to date, you can benefit, because that means everybody across the board was able to benefit.
Meanwhile, in January, public servants in Nevis will receive a 5% salary increase, the last tranche in the 15% increase that the NIA promised. Brantley said he is pleased that the commitment was made and upheld. The St. Kitts Electricity Company, SCELEC, continues to experience challenges with power generation, further intensifying the need for a transition to renewable energy. On Sunday morning, a shortfall at our power plant. SCELEC, the lone electricity supplier in St. Kitts, was able to repair the faults and restore power to all affected customers before the end of the day. The affected areas were the Keon Feeder, Frigate Bay Feeder, Bayfords Feeder, Bastia North Feeder, Industrial Site Feeder, and the Bastia South Feeder. A guest on the radio program, The Edge, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, gave notice of the 2024 budget, highlighting renewable energy as one of the priority areas.
We are seeking to establish the sustainable island state. I know people have been hearing that, but it's to create a state where we become self-sufficient almost, but whatever we do is sustainable, to create the best opportunity for us to deal with the issues of climate change and so forth. So guess what we are going to do that? One of the major areas, energy, renewable energy and cheaper energy. And so we are bringing a solution to deal with that.
The presentation came at the backdrop of the November 20 sitting of the National Assembly, where the Prime Minister presented a resolution on geothermal energy that is to kick off in Nevis. Once the geothermal production comes to fruition, it will also supply St. Kitts and other neighboring islands. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force has recorded the 6th road fatality for the year 2023. The accident occurred on November 18, 2023. According to a report by the police, 50-year-old Andrew Miller of Upper College Street, St. Kitts, succumbed to his injuries after the motor scooter which he was riding collided into the wall fencing of the Bastia Moravian Church. The victim was transported to the Joseph and France General Hospital via ambulance. A full medical assessment revealed that Miller sustained severe injuries to the head. He was warded at the intensive care unit. A blood alcohol concentration test was conducted, and the results showed that Miller's blood alcohol volume was 285 milliliters, or 0.28%, which was more than the legal limit of 0.08%. Mr. Miller succumbed to his injuries on November 24, 2023. Regionally,
Former member of the Dispute Resolution Commission, Vanush James, has criticized the Chief Secretary Farley Augustine's strategy as he prepares to bring a case before the Commission. He said Augustine has not considered that the law does not give a timeline of when the Prime Minister must reconvene the 5-member Dispute Resolution Commission. This means Augustine can trigger a dispute over Tobago's allocation in the coming days, and it may take a very long time before a commission is reconstituted.
The Chief Secretary cannot go to any commission unless the Prime Minister agrees to set up the commission.
James suggests that Augustine needs to adopt a more collaborative approach in order to maximize the chances of success. And judging from the relationship between the Prime Minister and Augustine, there is no telling how the outcome would be. According to the Act, a dispute must be referred to the Prime Minister for consideration by the Cabinet before it can be submitted to the Commission.
Farley can't get it by declaring war on the government. You could only get it by leading the Prime Minister to understand what you're saying and call the Commission to settle the matter. If he goes as a war, the Cabinet say we consider it, and under the law, Section 58, we say no dispute.
The Commission is chaired by the Ombudsman and another person with judicial experience and consists of 4 members, 2 appointed by the government and 2 appointed by the Assembly. The Commission is rebuilt for each dispute brought before the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, retired head of the Public Service, Reginald Dumas, said a Dispute Resolution Commission recommendation accepted by Parliament does not mean it is part of legislation.
It is possible for the Commission to be, a new Commission to be formed, be quite legal, and for the Commission to look at the whole thing and to make recommendations which would differ from the 4.03 to 6.9. That is possible. But they would remain recommendations. They would have to be accepted. They could be accepted by Parliament, but that does not make them part of our legislation.
Attempts to reach the Prime Minister and Augustine were unsuccessful. Elizabeth Gonzalez, CNC3 News.
International relations expert, Guyanese professor Dr. Mark Curtin called on the regional body CARICOM to go beyond issuing statements and press releases on Venezuela's threats against Guyana and to convene an urgent meeting of heads of government to get them to pledge their unequivocal support for Guyana ahead of the upcoming Venezuelan referendum on the Essequibo. Dr. Curtin believes Venezuela's referendum in Guyana's Essequibo region poses an existential threat to Guyana's territory. While addressing students of the Bishop's High School at a forum on the border controversy, Dr. Curtin said that with Venezuela's increased aggression towards Guyana, there must be a sustained relationship with the regional and international communities to win new friends.
I reiterate the call for a meeting of CARICOM heads before the 3rd of December, with the sole item on the agenda being the existential threat to Guyana's sovereignty and a pledge of unequivocal and unwavering support for Guyana.
The international relations expert also made a case for the activation of the regional security system with added support from the international community.
I believe that there should be consideration of an enhanced regional security system to serve as part of a broader international strategic deterrence mission, which could act as a counterweight to any potential aggression by our neighbors.
Curtin told the students that they too can play a part by disseminating positive messages via social media and by writing to their CARICOM brothers and sisters in the region to solicit their support, while reinforcing Guyana's position that the 1899 arbitral award, which defined the boundary between Guyana and Venezuela, is final and valid. Dr. Curtin spoke alongside the Attorney General Anil Nandlal, Guyana's agent at the International Court of Justice Carl Greenwich, and the Minister of Education Priya Manikchand. In response to Dr. Curtin's call on CARICOM to convene an urgent meeting on the issue, Attorney General Nandlal pointed out that CARICOM issued one of the strongest statements in support of Guyana back in September. At the time, CARICOM reiterated its full and unequivocal support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Guyana, including its rights to peacefully develop the resources of its territory. CARICOM has also called on Venezuela to respect the jurisdiction of the International Court to adjudicate over the matter, a move which will see a peaceful resolution to the border controversy. According to the Attorney General, the statement issued by CARICOM embodies the view of every CARICOM member country.
Whether we should have another engagement dedicatedly for this purpose is a matter that our government as a collective will have to invite the entire CARICOM to convene. It's not a decision that the government of Guyana can make and unilaterally impose on a community of about 17 different governments.
The Attorney General also said the government remains committed to exploring every single option available to safeguarding Guyana and its people. Guyana has been engaging its international partners on the rising tension and the threats from neighboring Venezuela.
Internationally,
gunfire was heard across Sierra Leone's capital on Sunday after assailants attacked a military barracks in the early hours of the morning. The government said security forces had repelled, quote, renegade soldiers who attempted to break into the military armory in Freetown. Gunmen also attacked a police station and a prison, and some prisoners escaped. Hours later, President Julius Maada Bio addressed the nation.
The attackers have been repelled by a combined team of gallant security forces, and calm has been restored. Most of the leaders have been arrested. Security operations and investigations are ongoing. We will ensure that those responsible are held accountable through due process.
The unrest prompted authorities to impose a nationwide curfew. Tension has been boiling in the West African country since Bio was re-elected in June, a result rejected by the main opposition candidate and questioned by international partners, including the United States and the European Union. In August last year, at least 21 civilians and 6 police officers were killed in anti-government protests. In his Sunday night address, Bio called on Sierra Leone's political and traditional leaders and civil society to work together to preserve peace.
Police and federal agents were on Sunday hunting a gunman who shot and wounded 3 college students of Palestinian descent in Vermont in what investigators say they suspect was a hate-motivated crime. Authorities said a man with a pistol shot the 3 20-year-olds on Saturday evening on a street near the University of Vermont in Burlington and then ran away. 2 of the victims are U.S. citizens and the third is a legal U.S. resident, according to police. They added that 2 of the students were wearing the traditional checkered keffiyeh scarf at the time of the attack. The shooting comes amid a rise in anti-Islamic and anti-Semitic incidents reported around the United States since the latest wave of Israel-Palestinian bloodshed erupted in the Middle East on October the 7th. In a statement, Burlington's police chief said, quote, "In this charged moment, no one can look at this incident and not suspect that it may have been a hate-motivated crime." According to police, all 3 remained under medical care on Sunday. 2 of them were in stable conditions, while 1 suffered, quote, much more serious injuries. The 3 went to universities in different states, but were gathered in Burlington for the Thanksgiving holiday at the home of 1 student's family.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Caribou.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WIN FM.
Attention all Value Club members, get ready for an exciting November to remember at Horswood's Value Mart. Value Club members, brace yourselves for double point splendor. That's right, every purchase of fresh produce and succulent meats earns you double the points. Exclusively for Value Club members. Fill your carts, earn those points, and watch the rewards pile up. It's a double point splendor for every Value Club member on produce and meat for the entire month of November. Join us at Horswood's Value Mart this November, and let's make it a month to remember. See you at the store.
And the second half of Voices is brought to you by Hosford's, and our first caller is wasting no time, so we go straight to the phone lines at 12:30.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Jamster.
Good afternoon.
You're jamming away. Good afternoon to all the listeners at home and abroad, especially all of my children, grandchildren, all of my friends and relatives. Condolences to all those who are grieving. It is time to seek the Lord, eh? Every time you turn around, somebody gone. Oh, for those who like to read the word, the scripture yesterday was 1 John chapter 4. I send it out to my good friend Journey, 1 John chapter 4. Make interesting reading. Now, I listened yesterday afternoon to Mr. Astapan's commentary. Now, some may say I am picking on him. It's not that. There's something called is not what you say, is how you say it, when you say it, and where you say it. Let me say it again. It is not what you say. It's how you say it, when you say it, where you say it and why you say it. Now, the difficulties that the CBI is now experiencing fall in the lap of Dr. Drew. I am convinced, could be wrong, because I'm always ready to apologize and to repent, that these things were designed for Dr. Harris. Now, a lot of what you say is true or could be true, but what was the objective? Now, as some of us know, I suppose you know too, this cutting of the price was not initiated by St. Kitts, nor was it carried out by St. Kitts alone. In fact, from what I heard on the radio, it is still being carried out by Dominica and maybe Grenada and Antigua. And you wonder, if this thing is so, that all the others are cutting price because you're in a competition, why should St. Kitts be targeted like that? Not only targeted, but brought to international attention. The question is why? So why we are struggling, the others sailing? Grenada plan to make 1-point-something billion. So what have we achieved? Dr. Harris gone, but getting a double pension. I don't know if he's 62, but he has so many hours for so long. The CBI is now struggling. We would have achieved, if it was achieved during his tenure, it might have been different. Have you ever thought about that? Why allow the others to continue cutting theirs? Isn't there a law in their country too?
Well, I mean, hey, I don't think whataboutism is practical right now, is it?
Huh?
I said I don't think whataboutism is practical right now. We need to. Yes, I mean it's important that we point out that issue you just pointed out, but whataboutism isn't really practical right now. We have to look about our house rather than other people's.
But you know, put our house in danger because look at it. The others, even after you hear all of these things, you're saying, you think Antigua going to keep the price? Do you think Dominica going to carry up the price? Do you think Grenada going to carry it there? No. No. So they're all selling in the OECS market. It hasn't benefited us one bit.
Well, it could very well be. It could very well be that there'll be repercussions for them as well. I mean, I don't see why.
So what would be the reason for doing that? What do you hope to gain? What can the country gain?
No, but
we got to think seriously. I am saying, look, Dominica is free to carry on. The others are free to carry on. We have actually cut ourselves out of the market. A passport is a passport once it is an OECS passport. I mean, we got to think seriously, you know. Sometimes we don't think of the repercussion of the things we do or the things we say. So it is then drawn to the international community who pressure us. Well, why are they not pressuring the rest of them? Now let me get to the MSR.
Well, you have to start somewhere, I guess, right? Maybe just happen to be us.
You cut down your own tree. You cut down your tree and looking at your neighbor's tree.
But why are you assuming it was someone on? Why are you assuming it was? But I mean, how do you think this came about? Why are you assuming it's someone, academician that
it was
did this?
targeted at Dr. Harris. Remember those remarks were made. Listen to me. A lot of what you say is true. There's no question about it. But when you begin to involve international countries and so into our business, and then leave out other countries in the same region doing the same thing, it is questionable. Because look at it. Now then there were the threats, the same kind of prison story. Dr. Joe is forced or has to carry it on. right? Well, if he sign all of these things, this can happen, and he can't do this and he can't do that. The 1900 thing that they say, he already signed. If he has to pass it. No, the MSR, what is it, MRN, what is it? The movie thing.
MSR, yeah.
MSR. No, they got some nerves, you know. You know, poor little Nevis was paying them $150,000 a month. You aware of that?
Yeah, I heard that somewhere along the line.
Dr. Brantley said so. They were providing them with rentals and all kind of story. They were able to produce their films at low cost because they were using our people. Has that been figured into the demands they're making? And that same hotel they buy, our money went into it, you know, SID money went into it. So sometimes, you know, when we hear, we got to ask question, what is the objective? What is the objective? So when they send a bill, we send back a bill too. You know, this thing about politics and killers, you know. Politics and killers. And you see, the thing is, when you're making a trap for one, you got to be careful. The unintended person walking in the same path can be caught in the trap. So he now had poor Dr. Joe up in a tree, because they're insisting, well, he has to sell at 250, he don't have to, you know. All they have to do is go and change the law. If we are to compete, we have to sell in the same competitive market. You know, this thing about who's selling and who's not selling, the program SIDF started in 2006. Mr. Asafan did not retire until 2008. 2008 or 2010, which one was? 2010, right? He was in there. I keep saying, you know, he mean well, but he does seem to somehow see himself outside of the system. He was part of the labor thing. A lot of the things he complained about, maybe he didn't agree, but he was in cabinet. He spoke about day one about the La Valley. He knows about that.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you heard this morning, we played that clip about Mark. You know, Mark was discussing...
you mean the salary story?
Yes. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Let me tell you, I agree with what he said. The only thing is the application, right? I work in the civil service. A lot of the description he gave, they're true. A lot of people won't do anything. There is very little control over personnel. Even if you are in charge of the department, or even permanent secretary, and you make recommendations, you send them to the Public Service Commission. They get away. In fact, sometimes we don't even reach so far, because some of them are members of constituency committees. Well, you can't, they're untouchable. I work in a place where there was one in particular, don't come on Monday, maybe come on Wednesday. I mean, and don't talk about is sick but who are working hard. You know, it put a lot of pressure on you who are trying to run the business, you know, because they want to go when they want and come when they come. You know what I mean? Now, what that part is true. Now, where he went wrong. Oh, by the way, somebody was saying, I remember when it was COVID, he said he did not collect his Navy's salary. Isn't that true?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember him saying that.
He said he did not collect his salary during COVID.
But here's a thought I have. He said he didn't collect his salaries. Does that mean the salaries plus the allowances, or by salary he means salaries plus allowances?
Why?
You see what I'm saying?
No, I personally don't agree with the salary. What I always say.
No. I don't know if you understood what I asked.
Ask it again.
Okay, strictly speaking, salary is salary, and then you have allowances, right? So I'm wondering, when he says he wasn't collecting his salary, if he means he wasn't collecting salaries in the loose way we mean, meaning salaries plus allowances, or did he mean he was not collecting the salary?
Maybe he made the basic salary.
But collecting the allowances.
I will believe so, because you have house allowance, electricity allowance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's a very, if that's true, that's a very specious thing to say, right? But then we know lawyers are good at this kind of stuff.
They couldn't equal the salary, them 10,000 and 15,000 and 20,000. I personally don't believe that it should be double across the board. It could never be right. Could never be right. The top could get 10%, and you increase as you go down the scale, and the people at the bottom should get double. That is how I see it. It could never be right. But what he said in relation to the behavior and the work attitude of many civil servants, it is true. There's no denying it.
But I don't know if you recall that Prime Minister Harris had actually laid out a plan to eventually move towards a performance-based system.
Right, actually,
for the civil service.
Remember Everson Hall?
Yes.
Everson Hall, a vision, an economist, and everything was nothing was done. But Mr. Blanchard introduced him because, he's an vision. He was at the OAS. And the performance, pay by performance. To me, I got the impression that the program was organized but never introduced, because that to me is the better thing. Then you wouldn't have to have this kind of argument or debate as to who get and who don't get productive and non-productive. You follow? But are we really, you see, sometimes we have good programs, but politicians like to look at the elections. You understand? You're aware of that, right?
Yes.
Every policy is measured against the next election. Will it gain me more votes? Will it not? Because that is what you need. You're carrying a heavy load of people. A heavy load. In some departments, more than what you actually need to do the work. And so, because they feel that they're carrying party cards, they go under all of them. Some people emboldened by the minister. The DAU and Douglas Watley. Remember Douglas Watley? He was assigned the job to do the public sector reform. You remember that?
Yes.
What have you heard lately? I heard he was hired to do the same thing. You see any change?
Well, I mean...
You see any change?
Well, I haven't really been paying attention, but I imagine it's
all he had to do was to continue from where he left off.
It's not going to happen overnight, I don't think.
It's not going to happen. Too many politicians feel that they owe their position to some people. The truth is, if you organize, people get vexed. But once they have to fall in line, they got their mortgage and they will have to fall in line. But, sometimes what happens, some politicians, they will listen to me. They put themselves in, they need to listen to money matters. They get elected and then they engross themselves in debt. New Jeep, big Jeep, new house, big house. One lot of debt, so that they are actually bound. And the civil servants take advantage of it. They go when they want and they come when they want. Eh? I had to deal with that, I said, I must ask you, said you, and ask me, you're working by yourself, you rule yourself in here. A guy, how you tell me you can't tell me you're going on the road. You must ask if you will go. Because I might need you, But if you got this kind of indiscipline running through the system, and then some of the people, before they hire them, they know where they come from, indiscipline. Coming on a party card. Thank God I'm never going on one. So Mr. Brantley, he's stuck. And another problem, before I go. You see part of the problem with Mr. Brantley? On the unity, he would have gladly received the money to pay the double from the CBI. You now have Dr. Joe who seem reluctant to give Nevis a bigger portion of the money. And that is very disheartening, Dr. Joe. That is why he is unwilling to reveal what they're taking in. You can tell me, Nevis chucking up debt after debt after debt. And the CBI bringing in money after money. And the CBI is funding the Saints government budget. So, Dr. Joe should pass it. Why should Mr. Bradley have to go and borrow to give divisions an increase, a salary increase, or double? Those things are supposed to happen. He's got a big hospital up there. Dr. Joe has the money. I mean, we gotta face the facts. This Labour government has put more pressure on Mr. Brantley than he ever had from before. More pressure.
But you know,
and they could do better.
Okay.
So he don't have the money. He don't have the money to get double. If they said double and he has to pay it, he has to go and borrow again. You know, and the money is there. So he is, Dr. Blunt is frustrated, you know. He also like a frustrated man.
Doctor who?
You know, he gets a free doctorate, you ain't getting none yet. Brantley has a doctorate too.
Oh, okay.
He is frustrated.
Well,
Dr.
you know,
Joe could do better.
that was the first thing I said when I heard about his comments. The first thought that occurred to me was that, he's probably saying that because he might not be in a position to pay it, and he knows that the Labour Party might not be inclined. Oh well, the president, the St. Kitts Nevis government might not be inclined to do that.
And look, I blind and I could see it. I blind and I could see.
But we could be wrong.
Well, if I'm wrong, Dr. Joy, I apologize. Please pass the money. You can do better. Nevitas are being punished, you know.
But you see, this is why we
I don't think Dr. Joe is the cause of it.
This is why I know.
Elements in that party. Elements in that party.
But this is why we need constitutional and political reform, because these kinds of issues shouldn't be decided by shouldn't be decided by who's in the government. These things should be.
But you say you're going to get double down here, pass the money. That Mr. Brantley doesn't have it here. Nevis have over $500 million worth of debt. And the CBI bringing in nearly $1 billion. Now, for heaven's sake, he could do better. So he dilly-dallying. Should I pay? Well, if you don't want to pay, don't pay. But Nevisions need a larger portion. They're getting the $5 million till today. So many things on the Dr. Joe care. The hospital, not finished. The fire station, you just name it. The police station, one finishing. You know, so many things under the ambulances, the fire trucks, under his ministry. Poor Mr. by name, who was there before, they had to go and borrow. Borrowing when we're making millions going to billions. So please, Dr. Joe, I like you. But there are some people around you trying to go in acts. Dr. Brantley, Mr. Brantley. Mr. Brantley is frustrated. And he has every right to. How you want to announce, or you're planning to announce, and you have not yet decided how much you're going to send to Nevis. What are Nevisians to do? I mean, serious. That is the main reason why he's unwilling, advised by some people who get him more than this year, not to answer the question about the money. Because all of us could do maths. A quarter of it belongs to Nevis. How much have you given them since? It is unfair. I didn't tell them nobody go secede. Because my family from Nevis, the Freeman and the Payne and all of those. But free Nevis is being pressured, whether NRP or CCM. Nevis are being pressured when Saints have enough money. So, Mr. Brantley, you got to find another way. That's why he's so quiet, you know. And Cuba, he's frustrated. Very, very frustrated. And Mr. Astapan, you mean well, but you are creating problems for the country. I'm not against you. You mean well, a lot of what you say is true, you know. But you see, it is how you say it, when you say it. You're leaving out Antigua. Antigua is the biggest culprit. When we had 250, they went to 150. Then they got to 100. Well, if you're selling bread, the same bread, what was our country to do? Now, when it comes to the $50 and the 90,000, I don't agree with that. But if you're in a competitive market, you can't go and tell the country they have to sell 250. The same sort of countries that we offering, they offering, and then to put then other people being, they're going to take the government to this and that and that. You are on Timothy to fight. I have nothing to carry for Timothy, but I'm saying we have done more harm than good.
Well, let me ask you a question before you go. I'm going to have to go and get a break. But we're aspiring to be a high-end tourism destination. So don't you think the government, shouldn't that extend to our CBI product as well? Meaning, meaning when others are going low, we should stay high, aim high, and stay high.
You selling to intelligent people, you know. The people you're selling the passport to, they know the Antigua passport. How many countries can Antiguan passport take you?
I don't know. I know it's up there.
That's what I'm telling you.
Similar to ours.
You're not selling to stupid people. You're selling this passport to people. Some of them only want them to show off on each other. You know,
I guess the point I'm making is, would it have been sustainable to keep the price we had before? Or was it unwise to reduce the price, or should we have just held on to the price?
We did not reduce the price. We were forced to do it.
I know, but what I'm saying is, especially now, I'm saying now, post-COVID, should we have gone back to the original price, regardless of what the other islands are doing?
Money matters, we tell you now. You could have all of the nice slippers, and somebody see something, even sometimes counterfeit sell faster than the real thing. You got to understand, it's a market, you know. If we had a market that was dedicated, and if we had a monopoly in the market, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that is what they call an open market. It's just the market type I'm talking about, you know. If the OECS countries had any kind of loyalty, any kind of concern for each other, they want to be cutting one another throat.
Good point.
So they actually cut the foundation from under us. You know, saying, well, carry it back to 250. So we're selling to the presidents and all the rulers. Change the law. Change the law. Change the price. You know? But anyway, you see a lot of... When you talk, you learn a lot, you know. I learn a lot of when Mr. Asipan talk. The only thing I does question is his motive. His motives are very questionable to me, to me, Sylvie Henry. His motives are questionable, and sometimes they end up doing more harm than the good he expected. And the person who he expected it to affect, they're no longer there. So the party that he now support has to face this thing. You have a prison to finish, then you have the solar farm. The government already signed it. Oh, if they do this, if they do that. He's a lawyer, he knows better. So when we raise up all of these questions, raise them up here. But when you start to carry them abroad, it's a different ball game, Say what you got to say here. Say what you got to say here. But when other people start to involve, and they are mostly people, so-called foreign investors, who look in an opportunity. So I beg you all, please to pray for this country. Pray for the country. And all of your leaders, pray for the country. And all of you who engage in any crookedness, the bills you're passing go for us and for you. Integrity in public life goes for us and for all our leaders, all our aspiring and past politicians. They go for all of you and all of us. So may God help our country. All right, then.
Okay, great. Okay, that was Miss Henry. And I'll just make it clear that there were no calls, so that was the reason I let her speak, right? So, all the people who are gonna wonder why I let Sylvine speak that long is because there were no calls. Let's take a quick break, and we come back and continue Voices. This segment of Voices is brought to you by Hosford's. It's 2 minutes to 1 o'clock.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Hey, here's your Hosford's Value Mart IPS specials running November 16 to November 29. The more you shop, the more you save. In November, get the double points on meats and produce. Now, our Value Club Blue Tab specials. IG and Essential Everyday Peanut Butter, $8.99. Essential Everyday Grated Parmesan Cheese, $11.99. Essential Everyday Fries, $13.99. Essential Everyday Frozen Vegetables, $5.99. Hot Pockets, $12.99. Essential Everyday Freezer Bags, $8.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. The Kraft Barbecue Sauce, $7.49. Essential Everyday Ketchup, $4.99. IG and Essential Everyday Chocolate Tuna, $3.49. Libby's Vienna Sausage, $2.75. Irish Spring Bar Soap, $12.99. Arm & deodorant, $7.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, and get double points for more rewards today.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Are you ready to turn transactions into treasures? It's time to unlock the triple transformation transaction treasures at Holtzman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts. With every hire purchase, not only do you get quality furniture, but you also get triple cash back for free groceries. That's right, triple your saving, triple your transformation. Imagine a home beautifully furnished and a pantry stocked to the brim, all in one go. Our expert staff is standing by, ready to guide you to the pieces that will make your dream home a reality. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit our showrooms today and start your journey from transactions to treasure. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, transforming home one transaction at a time. Visit us today and experience the triple transformation transaction treasures.
Found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
It's 1 minute after 1 o'clock as Voices continues, and the second half of Voices is brought to you by Hosford's. So we await, or rather I await your calls. So let me hear what you got to say about any issue that might be out there in the air that you might want to bring your insights to. I have a comment here. Let me read this comment. It says, Brantley in his address last week indicated that the relationship between let me see. I think person made a typo, so it's kind of hard to follow between. Never seems to be good, and further discussions are being had. He has always been open in terms of the fair share discussion, and I did not get the impression that Brantley was displeased with Dr. Drew's handling of the sharing of CBI funds, so I don't understand Miss Henry's point. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. We'll see what other people think. But it's possible that Mr. Brandt is hedging against the possible non-payment of double salaries this year, because it would mean that if double salaries are paid and let's say if double salaries are paid, he's going to have to go and find the money somewhere to pay double salaries, right? Because I think usually in these cases, the Nevis Island administration mirrors what the federal government does in those matters, in terms of, for example, if the federal government pays double salaries, it would mean that only the police officers and I think it's just the police officers would get the double salary, police officer at Nevis, and then so what would happen is that the Nevis Island administration would have to find money to pay double salaries as well. I'm not sure which other government agencies would be affected at the federal level when it comes. I mean, which other government agencies the federal government pays? I think it would basically be the security forces. So that would be, there's a defense force base over there. So it would apply to them and the police, and I think that's it. There might be one other. I'm not sure if customs is separate or not. No, I'm not sure what customs. Customs might be this. Customs might be this. I really don't know. Someone can call me and tell me. So you see, there's why that poses the issue where when the government pays double salary, the Nevis Island administration has to find money to pay a double salary as well. So there's that to think about. Okay, so let's hear your calls. 466 0989, 662 0989, and 762 0989. We're rapidly approaching budget time. So it's going to be interesting to hear. It's going to be interesting to hear from the government ministers, and perhaps, hopefully, we'll hear about what all this traveling this year was about, and how it's going to impact 2024 as far as, does it mean that we're going to be are we going to be a much better position next year because of all this I really would like the transparency to extend to government officials telling us what all this traveling is about. We literally need to know why they're traveling so often. I just thought that's just I think that's a fair question, fair exercise in transparency. So it's one of the things I want to talk about. I'm just looking at an article here. It says that Barbados claims top spot for salaries in the Caribbean, but then the phone starts ringing. So let me put that off for a bit. Voices, you're on here.
Well, I see nobody want to call.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Whatever reason. Suppose they're cooking me. I'm being cooked, stewed,
You're being
barbecued.
You're being kind.
Oh, I'm being prayed for.
No, say you're being kind.
Yes. No, yesterday I was listening to RJR, you know, the radio. I listened to it on TuneIn.
Is that that's a Jamaica station, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The Jamaica Labour Party had a convention yesterday down in the arena. And I happened to overhear a portion of the Prime Minister Andrew Holness's speech. And I found it very interesting. He said basic salary, they're going to increase it 100%. Civil servants will get 20% increase, right? And the government-owned buses, whereas it used to be $100, is $70. And I think children must pay $50. I am here saying, boy, what's going on? Now here we are, waiting to hear what the basic salary would be. How long have we been waiting? The talk began under Unity, you know, with Mr. Amory. You recall that?
Yes.
Yes, this ain't a new thing. And when he said that they're going to increase it by 100%, I said, my God, we can't even hear in Senkers if it is 50%, 10% or 20% till now.
So wait, you're saying this is happening in Jamaica?
That's what he said yesterday.
By 100%?
Yeah.
In one.
That they are going to do it.
In one fell move, one fell swoop, they're going up to 100%. They're going up 100%.
What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you also know that Barbados has introduced this peace program, but it is done in the primary school? Have you heard that?
No.
Check it out. It's in the news.
Okay.
I listen to VOB2, Voice of Barbados.
Uh-huh.
I play them on my TV.
Okay.
Using TuneIn.
Mm-hmm.
So, Voice of Barbados is 92.9, and Jamaica RJR is 94.5.
Okay.
I try to listen to other stations, you know.
Yes. I have a bunch. Yeah.
Anybody calling yet?
No one's calling. Go ahead.
Yes, so we're talking about the peace program. As I look at that, what they're doing in Barbados, it was introduced, I don't know if it was last week or sometime. Oh, by the way, happy anniversary independence for Barbados. Our Barbados connection to my daughter and my granddaughter. It will be on Wednesday, I think it is. Wednesday or Thursday, the 30th. Yeah, and they're talking about there is an incident in Barbados too, similar to the Barcy High School. You know about that one?
In Barbados, no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers, what's the place name now? The teachers refused to go into the school. I don't know if it is fungus or what. They have had to relocate the children because the teachers said they're not going in India. You could check the news items, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna look for that. I'm actually there's a
I'm trying to remember the parish, you know, St. John's Parish. Remember St. John's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the similar thing to Barcy High School as I look at it. So the government now said they're gonna have to begin to work on the schools. Cause you know, government as a rule they don't maintain nothing.
Yes.
They don't maintain. They build. After they don't build, that is it. It's either flood or something. But they did not say what exactly. All they said the teachers refused to go in. I suppose that they had complained before and nothing was done. So, and the parents are concerned. So some of them are going on shift like Bassey High School. And they're relocating some of their children to another place. So a lot of things going on in this world out there, you know.
Yes.
But what intrigued me was the increase in the minimum wage. Me say, imagine 100%.
Wow.
And here we have...
And for Jamaica, I'm actually surprised.
In Jamaica, it could be very low, you know.
I mean, it says a lot that they would increase it by 100%.
Yeah. And civil servants getting 20%. 20%, you know. I think they have in the budget early next year. When is election? I was saying that sounds like election coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a pity, you know, it's a pity we have to be so cynical that whenever governments do what they're supposed to do.
No, it's a strategy, you know, it's cynicism.
No, but what I mean is when we think like that, we're not wrong because they always show themselves to always be self-serving and strategic like that.
Yeah.
They never do things because it's a bare minimum they should be doing, but it's always about elections in a year or something like that, which I think is very saddening. You know.
You know, the part I came across as saying when we had this recession in 2009, right? A consultant was hired by our government, to do some consultation on the debt restructuring, right? I read the document online. The consultant recommended that the harshest part of the program should be done in the first 2 years and ease up until in the last 3 years. That is the known strategy. So all what they can do, they wouldn't do. They have no intention of doing, they wouldn't talk. This is the first year, so nothing going to happen this year. Nothing next year. When you start to head down to election, you get stimulus, you get double, you get dividend. I mean, really. But the thing is on us, you know. I have a saying, the things that happen to me are the things that I allow. The things that happen to us are what we allow, what we want. Then when you're grown to the ground and you lose hope, then everybody come and promise you hope.
Mean, you raise a good point because it's all about the things we allow. Because you take, for example, we have Denzel Douglas back in office after doing all the stuff he did.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder. I mean, you know, it makes you wonder. I mean,
But let me tell you what I want
none of that stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
Listen to me.
Yes.
I have been asking myself that question. Now he's the minister to bring in investment and whatnot, eh? He had said they're waiting until his government come back. He said that the investors say, all of those who are the half-finished building, that's why they're not done. They said that they're waiting for the government to change to finish them. Now he has connection. There's no question about it. He was prime minister for 4 terms, right? Say 4 terms. He has enough connection by now to find somebody, to find some entity in Dubai or wherever, anywhere, to bring some investment here or to restart or something. I am asking the question, not judging, is he consulted? Because sometimes people don't ask nothing. Is he consulted about some of the plans that Dr. Joe announced? Does he make any input? Because experience has value, eh? You know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he always out of the country. They bring back something. What is the relationship?
I mean, I don't
I'm
understand.
serious now.
What I don't understand is, people say the reason they lost, the reason they lost in, what year was that? 2015 was because of him. And then, okay, Team Unity screwed up and they lost. And Mr. Drew became the head of the party. He's now Prime Minister. But yet, Denzel Douglas is back in office after all the questionable things and all the
Press
things.
conferences and so.
No. I mean, things like us losing. I mean, we grew up knowing that we could, for example, this is just one example. We grew up knowing we could go to Canada, for example, and not have to have a visa and all these kinds of things that all these kind of things that happen under his watch. We've been overrun by Chinese and Indians. I mean,
He brought them here, so.
4th Street is turning into Front Street in
Yeah.
St. Martin. All of this under his watch, and he's back in government. I just don't understand. I don't understand how people vote. Honestly, and then I could talk about other people. He's a good example to use.
I have been asking myself. I said, wait. When they have cabinet, does anybody ask for his input? Because I can't understand a lot of things that are happening.
That's a separate issue, I guess.
No, you know what I mean? I'm saying he has some experience, right?
I just get so tired of these politicians, and I get so tired of
our
stupid. I get tired for
but
our stupidity.
I am still saying that his performance is below par. You can't tell me you're a minister. You now got skipper. You now got the investment. So we are, as you say, what have you brought back? That go for all of them, eh? One of them making all kind of flimsy excuse in terms of water and electricity. Every time he open his mouth, he pushing the goalpost back. Pushing the goalpost back.
And believe me, there are many other examples on all sides where these guys do stuff, and you wonder. I mean, how did we forget?
What happened to us? Again?
Exactly. I mean,
what happened to us?
Is it that we don't? Okay, maybe we're not seeing the good options. I mean, you see the Americans now.
It's just that.
You see the Americans now making a fuss about Mr. Biden being an octogenarian, and we don't have any options. Blah blah blah. Is it that? Is that the issue really? Or I mean, it's like you said.
America is that, because you are two old men. It's either this one or that one, and the younger one, the not so younger one, backing down. But look, we need to seriously prepare this country, you hear me? They need to get themselves together, making all kind of speeches. They wouldn't stay home for nothing good. For nothing good. And
I always say,
what they bringing back? What have they brought back? When I used to travel, when I come home with children gone in the suitcase, Mommy, what you bring for me? Do we ask that? I'm sure when you travel, your children waiting to see what you bring back for them. Even if it's a T-shirt.
I mean,
I am saying prepare the country, and they got to do better.
It is stunning.
I 75 now, so me looking nothing. Never look when I was 20. Me looking now.
It is stunning to me, right, that we can have quote unquote investors come here. You have people here looking to get loans to start businesses. I'm even one of them, right? And you have people coming. You have carpetbaggers coming here. I mean, look at Christoph Harbour and Kittishin and all these things. You have these people coming here, and they manage to get our money in the millions to do these things.
I don't think they manage to get. We beg them to take it.
Meanwhile, you have locals with great ideas, and
they can't take a chance. They wouldn't take a chance.
They can't get $100,000.
And them they get.
Meanwhile, these people come in here and they get millions, tens of millions of dollars, and then it gets forgiven. Well, somebody needs to explain this to me. How does this work?
Where they do that at? Our people have low self-confidence, so when they come, you feel you got to give them. If you were to read, I tell the people, read, If you go onto the SIDF website, the financial accounts were there up to I think this is the last one in 2013. I used to read them. You go to the notes and you see how some financing, they're in there, you know. But we don't read. Somebody come tell us, SIDF, this and that and that and that. The day you go onto Social Security, the notes. You look at the accounts and they have the notes. And you see what's going on here. People who never own 1 cent share end up owning $100,000 worth of shares. The racketeering that used to go on inside of that thing. You know? Because look at it. Even the OTI, they'll give them, I think, of the interest-free loan or something. Was it paid off? If it was not paid, was it part of the price? You know? I don't know, darling. I beg the Lord have mercy, you hear me?
Yeah, okay. But I want to
Let me hang up so somebody who calls.
Okay. Well, let me say one other thing. This is something that has always bugged me. We have, take the OTI. It's common knowledge. It's public knowledge that the OTI was updated. I think they did some upgrades and so. I think they got a loan via the SIDF and did some upgrades and so on. I mean, place is really nice and everything. And then, and I always wondered why TDC, for example, why did TDC never just hire one of these hotel chains, these international, these multinational hotel chains to run OTI? They could have continued owning it, knowing that it's been efficiently and proficiently run by people who know how to run hotels. Very similar to what Mr. Dizen, who owns the Marriott building over there, does with Marriott. Marriott runs the hotel. The physical hotel is owned by Mr. Dizen, but the hotel itself is run, well, I'm not sure if Marriott themselves are actually running the hotel right now, but it still has the Marriott name. But that's usually what happens. Like at one time, the hotel that we call Jack Tar. Jack Tar is actually a chain, a hotel chain, right? The owner, Mr. what's his name? Zuliani. The first chain he brought here to manage the hotel was the Jack Tar International people, which is why we still call it Jack Tar, even though it's not Jack Tar. It's Royal Sankit, so Jack Tar Royal Sankit. So I never understood why TDC never just got a hotel chain to run the OTI and the Fisherman's Wharf. I mean, to me, that is a prime property. And now we have these carpetbaggers coming here, MSR. They're now said to have bought the hotel. It would not surprise me if they bought the hotel with our money. Why does this keep happening if that's the case? And even if it's not the case, in that case, well, we see a lot of examples where that has happened. People come down here with no money and a silver tongue and no money. A silver tongue and no silver, basically. And they get millions of dollars of our money to do stuff. Sometimes it gets even forgiven. Imagine tens of millions of dollars being forgiven in debt. Imagine that. Meanwhile, we have locals with great ideas. And the financing and the confidence in those locals is hard to find. Okay, let me take a quick break and come back, and we have about 4 minutes left.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WIN FM.
Attention all savvy shoppers. VAT days are right around the corner. But why wait? Get a head start now at Hosford. Take advantage of our exclusive pre-approved credit offer for VAT days on December 15 and 16. Head over to Hosford's Building and Nevis Center's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store today. And don't forget to swing by Hosford's Auto Sales event for the lowest interest rates on all brand new vehicles. Imagine Hosford's dropping major discounts and pre-approved credit when you shop now. It's that easy. Just visit any Hosford's department, make your VAT days wish list, and we'll take care of the credit check. Then come back on December VAT days to take home everything you pick with your pre-approved credit. Hosford's has you covered for furniture, appliances, or a brand new car on VAT day. Don't miss out. Get pre-approved credit now for VAT days in December at Hosford. Visit our stores for all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Hosford's, where your VAT day dreams come true. Hurry in today.
It's 1:27, and we are back in our final remaining moments. I got a comment here concerning my comments about the double standard that exists when it comes to dealing with foreign carpetbaggers and locals. The comment says, locals don't have the brown envelope to full up like the foreigners. You are so right. I didn't think about. Yeah, you're right. That's a big part of it, and that doesn't really reflect very well on our politicians, does it? Because I always say, the one thing they're efficient at, the very one thing that they'll get A+ at is getting the bag. Everything else they might scrape through the D. I see maybe a B sometimes, but they're always ace getting the bag. They always do well at that. If a university is handed out honorary doctorates for that, man, all of them would have a doctorate. Because they always see about themselves first. Fight me. Oh, yeah. So we got 1 minute left. So I guess maybe I'll just run my mouth until the minute is done. Got no calls at the moment. But yeah, Socrates couldn't make it today. So I happen to be the one in the hot seat. So hopefully he'll be back on Wednesday. And just saying very special thanks to our sponsors, Hosford's, for this half. And we had Flow Rams. Let's see, Flow. It would have been Flow Rams and TDC for the first half of Voices. And Voices will return on Wednesday. And of course, Voices is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, I'll see you guys soon. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for Island Tea. So this is Jamsa signing off here on Voices.
Get ready to transform your space with the Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers. Spruce it up big fresh paint and tile sale. It's your chance to give your home a fresh new look at a whopping 25% off store-wide on all paints and tile at Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers. But wait, there's more. With every purchase of Citizens Paints, you could win a free room paint over. Imagine walking into a freshly painted room completely on us. Looking for even more options? We've got you covered with fantastic deals on Sherwin-Williams and Penta Paints. Don't miss out on the chance to get premium quality paints at amazing prices. But hurry now to Hosford's Building and Nevis Center. This incredible offer is available for the entire months of November and December only. Terms and conditions apply, so be sure to visit us for all the details. So don't wait. Head on over to our store and take advantage of Hosford's Building and Nevis Center. Spruce it up big fresh paint and tile sale. Give your space the makeover it deserves and make this holiday season extra special.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
just in time for Christmas from the Bank of Nevis. 100% financing for your next new car, SUV, truck, or other vehicle. The Bank of Nevis is offering 100% financing with no down payment. 7 years to complete your payments, starting 1 month after your fast track approval. The first year of insurance and all processing fees can also be included, and you get $250 worth of free gas. This package comes with one of the most competitive interest rates in the market. Visit the nearest branch of the Bank of Nevis in Charlestown and 4th Street and Wellington Road, Basse-Terre today. This great offer of 100% financing for your next new vehicle ends on December 31st.
Terms and conditions apply.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
So, are you no pump or sing for the girl, right?